I see God's grace every morning and all through the day, all day long. God His grace has been my healing factor in my life. When you're living your life, you think it's going to go a certain way, and it's planned out, and it's what you signed up for. Because I always say that, and I always say and then all of a sudden one day you wake up and what you signed up for has totally changed, and you have lost control, and you realize the only thing that you have is God's grace and His strength, and then, to rebuild your life. And many days I felt like I left God down, because in your life, and especially when you're married, you make promises that are in front of God and forever. And so it took me a long time to heal through that. Through the healing and God's grace, I realized that there's a second chance, and there was a better plan and something more that He already had planned for me. It wasn't over. Like my life, I thought it was over. I mean, that's kind of like the thing I want to let people know is it's not over. You feel it, you think it's done, and there's nowhere else to go. And then all of a sudden He, lifts you up, and then you see a whole new life is in front of you. I just felt the forgiveness, that God was, He understood, and He was forgiving, and that He was going to take the mistakes and then turn them into something of beauty by giving me a new purpose and providing for us. And the beauty came through the jobs that were offered to me and the people that He put into my life, that I could feel that He was going to take that brokenness and He was going to make it into something. And God's grace is in my life right now, because now I know it's not Michelle's life, it's God's life. And I don't put so much stress on myself to make things perfect in the right way. I know that God has a plan for me, and I trust in that. And it's really grown my faith. I always thought I was faithful, and I looked at myself as always knowing God, but I feel truly that He had to take me to the level that He took me to realize how strong that love is and how important that faith is. A lot of times when you're broken, you think at that point you're useless, and what good am I going to be? And that's when I felt His strength, His grace, the most. It was like He was putting me in positions that I would have never I wouldn't have picked on my own, and they were all related to being there for others. If it was through my teaching job, my job at the church, it was like He was saying, you need to be in there now. Because if I would have had my own choice, I would have waited years down the road, or I would have waited for a different degree to go back to school. I was like, I'm not here yet. But He kept saying, you are here. It's just a matter of believing and just holding His hand, just grabbing a hold and just trusting Him, because He's so there. I realize that, life is going to bring more challenges, but I don't have the fear that I had. I don't have the, I guess I would say I have God confidence, because I know that He's going to pull us right through. And I'm hoping to be that example as a mom and in my family and with my friends that, we don't have to be afraid, because He's going to walk us right through it.